All right. So we'll be doing topic mechanical advantage of lever. Okay. So we'll on all the three kinds of lever. So what are the mechanical advantages of lever of class 1, lever of class 2 and lever of class 3? So mechanical advantage of a lever of class 1. So class 1, it has all the three advantages of lever. It can be mechanical advantage can be equal to 1, it can be greater than 1, or it can be less than 1. Now what is a class 1 lever? Class 1 lever is where the fulcrum is in the center and the effort and the load are on the two ends of it. Okay, so here there would be an effort and here there would be a load. Okay, and the fulcrum is in the center. Such arrangement, mechanical advantage, such kind of an arrangement is a class 1 lever. All right. Okay, now mechanical advantage is equal to 1. So if the what is mechanical advantage? So mechanical advantage is given by effort arm, that means this distance from effort till the fulcrum, okay, upon load arm, that is this distance. Okay, if both are equal, so whatever the quantity, whatever the length is of effort arm, if it is equal to load arm, for example this is 10 centimeter, this is 10 centimeter, it will always be 1. Since those are equal, they'll get cancelled out, the ratio would be 1. So mechanical advantage will be 1. All right, let us see some examples of it. So seesaw, it is always in the center and the children sit on the both the ends. All right, now in that case the mechanical advantage is 1. Now mechanical advantage can be greater than 1 in class 1 lever. Class 1 lever, fulcrum is in between. All right, the load and the effort. So this is effort over here, this is load over here. You see the effort arm is longer. So what will happen to mechanical advantage? If effort arm is longer, what will happen is effort arm. So the value of effort arm over here, say it is 15 and this is over here 5. So it will always be greater than 1. Okay, this length would be more, so it will always be positive or more than 1 because this is greater, effort arm is greater. So whenever the load arm will divide it, it will always be less. Let us see some examples. So a plier is the best example. All right, so if you see over here, the effort arm is much longer than the load arm. Okay, so over here effort arm is greater than load arm and the fulcrum is between, so it is a class 1 lever because the fulcrum is in the center, and the effort arm and the load arm, effort arm is more than the load arm, hence mechanical advantage would be greater than 1. All right, now let us see the third example where mechanical advantage will be less than 1. Okay, so if the effort arm is less, so what will happen to mechanical advantage over here? It will be effort arm upon load arm. Say effort arm is now 5 and load arm is 15. It will be 1 by 3 and the answer would be 0.33. All right. Now it is less than 1. It is 0.33 something. So it is less than 1. All right. So mechanical advantage is over here less than 1. Why? Because effort arm is smaller than the load arm, and we know that mechanical advantage is effort arm upon load arm. All right, let us check some examples. So example is a scissor. In the scissor, this fulcrum is in the center, so it is a class 1 lever, and this distance would be your effort arm. It is less than this distance, which is a load arm. Hence this will be mechanical advantage of a scissor would be always less than 1. All right, now let's check the mechanical advantage of a lever of class 2. Now mechanical advantage of a lever of class 2 is always greater than 1. Why it is always greater than 1? Because the load arm is always short. A mechanical advantage of a lever of class 2, okay, in class 2 lever, load is always in the center. So load is in between the fulcrum and the effort. Now since it is in between, this arm would always be greater. From the fulcrum to the effort, this arm would always be greater. We know that mechanical advantage is effort arm upon load arm. So effort arm is always greater. So this will be, say it is 20 and this is 10, so it will be 2. All right, so it will always be positive. So mechanical advantage of class 2 lever is always greater than or more than 1. Let us check some examples. So example is this nutcracker. So if you see over here, fulcrum is at 1 point, load is at a shorter distance, and the effort is at a greater distance. So effort arm would always be greater than the load arm, and since effort arm is greater, the mechanical advantage will always be greater than 1. All right. The other example would be a wheelbarrow. So fulcrum is at 1 point, load is over here. So this arm would always be shorter than the effort arm. All right. All right, we'll check now mechanical advantage of a lever of class 3. Mechanical advantage is always less than 1. Okay, why always less than 1? Because in this case, you are applying the effort over here. The load is at the other end. Okay, now the load is over here. So the effort arm is always shorter than the load arm, and hence it will be always less than 1. Okay, so mechanical advantage of class 3 lever will always be less than 1, because we know that mechanical advantage is effort arm upon load arm, and since the effort arm is always less, for example take over here 10 and here this is 20, so it will be half or 0.5. okay, so 0.5 is less than 1. okay, so it will always be less than 1. Now let us look at some examples. So for over here, sugar tongs. So over here you will be applying your effort over here. So the effort arm would be this much, whereas this is the fulcrum, so the load arm would be bigger. Alright. And it's a lever of class 3 since the effort is in between load and fulcrum. So here this is the fulcrum, his hand is a fulcrum over here. He's lifting with this, there's a handle been given over here, so you can know that he's applying effort over here, and whatever the load is will come over here. So from fulcrum till the effort, that arm would always be shorter than from fulcrum till the load, and hence the mechanical advantage would always be less than 1. Alright, so we'll stop over here.